Bond.
James Bond.
Are you gonna pull those pistols or whistle Dixie?
I want him dead. I want his family dead.
I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
The American Film Institute's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains. America's greatest screen characters with special guests Kathy Bates, Hayden Christensen, Glenn Close, Wes Craven, Gina Davis, Kirk Douglas, Robert Englund, Sally Field, Louise Fletcher, Harrison Ford, Milos Forman, Jodie Foster, William Friedkin, Antoine Fuqua, Celeste Holm, Dennis Hopper, Michael Keaton, Frank Langella, Angela Lansbury, Janet Leigh, George Lucas, Sidney Lumet, Malcolm McDowell, Roger Moore, Peter O'Toole, Arthur Penn, Christopher Reeve, Susan Sarandon, Ridley Scott, Sylvester Stallone, Oliver Stone, Robert Towne, Sigourney Weaver, and many more. Now, our host, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Turn the clock back, way back, 100 years back. Most movies were less than a minute long, and many of them were just one scene. A couple dancing, a man and a woman kissing, someone sneezing. Then came The Great Train Robbery, a movie with a story. It was an epic, 12 minutes long, and a huge popular success. But for tonight's purposes, it's most important because it was the first shot fired in a battle that has raged across the years. You see, The Great Train Robbery had good guys and bad guys, heroes and villains. For 100 years, these characters have battled each other in every possible conflict. Shootouts, fistfights, swordplay, laser battles, and sometimes a simple war of words. But who among all those heroes in American movies is the most courageous, selfless, and noble? And who among the villains is the most wicked? Tonight, we are here on behalf of the American Film Institute to answer those questions, to honor the best of the best and the best of the worst. The challenge of choosing who is naughty and nice has gone to an AFI jury of experts from the film community. They considered characters across the history of American film, including monsters, aliens, animals, even some robots. The votes have been tallied, the results are in, and tonight we are going to reveal them all, from number 50 to number 1. And you have got the front row seat for the fight of the century.
Maximus, he's a tough guy, he's highly moral, and he was a real warrior in every sense of the word. Would go into the front, in the field, in the mud, and in the steel.
It's kind of like the working class hero in a way. You realize that he's a good general, even though he's not at the top levels, but he cares about his men. He's brave, he'll put himself in harm's way.
Single call out! Single call out! Single call out!
I enjoyed the movie. I thought Spartacus was better, but then I'm prejudiced.
Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this? Jay! You think you can do this to me?
I know a lot of cops, I know a lot of gangsters, I know all these guys, and it's a very interesting world how they are almost the same people.
Shoot him.
No, man. Youngsters these days, huh? You're not gonna shoot them? All right, give it to me.
Denzel really became this character.
Rookies. Yeah, you want to get it done, you got to get it done yourself.
I would get phone calls sometime from his assistant, Rita, or I would talk to his wife, and they would say, we don't like this guy. How much more shooting do you have to do?
Read, dog.
Yeah, he's finished.
I'm always looking for films where people triumph because they extend themselves to other human beings and they do so using intellect. When it's difficult, when you're up against the status quo.
How are you? What happened to your face? I have AIDS. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's where films really, really can contribute to the fiber of a society.
Wouldn't you be more comfortable in a research room?
No. Would it make you more comfortable?
He's really battling for us against an injustice in society.
I am not political. I just want what is fair, what is right.
But you are gay, aren't you?
Well, I don't see how that's any of your business. But yes, I am.
Goldfinger.
This is gold, Mr. Bond. All my life I've been in love with its color.
He had this villainous quality, but he was a comedian.
I think you've made your point, Goldfinger. Thank you for the demonstration.
Choose your next witticism carefully, Mr. Bond. It may be your last.
Where the humor came through in the villainy was when Sean is about to have everything.
Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Hasta la vista, baby.
In the Terminator 2, Schwarzenegger got to play the monster who wants to go straight, the monster who wants to do good.
Hey, hey!
Get down.
There's a great relationship with him and the boy, you know, and trying to save the boy from the other Terminator.
It didn't make sense that I'd be there. I mean, these guys were hardcore hijackers. But there I was.
I like villains that make you think, and the verbal character in Usual Suspects is all about trickery. It's all about, you know, leading the audience to believe a false truth.
Keaton always said, I don't believe in God, but I'm afraid of him. Well, I believe in God. And the only thing that scares me is Kaiser Soze.
Villains who are intelligent and who have the ability to manifest themselves as something else, to get away with something, are always the scariest.
He waits until his wife and kids are in the ground, and then he goes after the rest of the mob. He kills their kids, he kills their wives, he kills their parents and their parents' friends. He burns down the houses they live in and the stores they work in. He kills people that owe them money. And like that, he's gone.
What I always loved about Meryl Streep's portrayal of Karen Silkwood is that she's just a normal Joe, like you or I. Once she's had a life or death situation, then she's all hero from then out.
You scared me.
Meant to.
I'm doing something good.
I know what you're doing. And you're the wrong person to be doing it. And it's dangerous. And that's all I'm saying.
When I think about Meryl Streep and Silkwood, I think about a very courageous woman who blew the whistle on a cover-up about nuclear energy.
I think you should come on down to Oklahoma City and bring that reporter from the New York Times.
Are you ready to see him?
I'm ready.
You got the documents?
Come on down.
Hey, look at the monkeys there! They think they're gonna get Tony Camani, eh?
Paul Muni and Scarface, it was just pure intimidation. Pure intimidation. It was all about an eye for eye, no, 5 eyes for 1 eye.
I'm giving you orders for the last time. There's only one thing that gets orders and gives orders, and this is it. That's how I got the south side for you, and that's how I'm going to get the north side for you. Some little typewriter, right? I'm going to write my name all over this town with it in big letters. Hey, stop him, somebody! Get out of my way, Johnny! I'm going to spit!
General Maximus from Gladiator. Alonzo Harris from Training Day. Andrew Beckett from Philadelphia. Auric Goldfinger from Goldfinger. Terminator from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Verbal Kint from The Usual Suspects. Karen Silkwood from Silkwood. Tony Camonte from Scarface. And coming up, a hero and a villain leap from the pages of the comic books and into American film history. AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains, brought to you by Pontiac, fuel for the soul. By Procrit. And by Best Buy, the latest technology and entertainment all in one place.
You know, heartburn is bad enough, but then just when you think it's gone, you get it again. That's why I use Pepcid. Just one does it. I take one Pepcid AC to prevent heartburn. It actually stops it before it even starts. Or after heartburn hits, I take one Pepcid Complete. It starts controlling acid in seconds and lasts all day or all night. Heartburn stop me? No way. Pepcid. Just one and heartburn's done.
The Chipotle Southwest steak and cheese, is it, ooh-wee, that is nice and spicy? Or is it, you call that spicy?
Sort of. Ooh-wee, that is nice and spicy. Sliced steak, melted cheese, and our new Chipotle sauce for a spicy kick. Subway, eat fresh!
Everybody knows My Mailboxes, etc. is the best place to pack and ship. But Brown said, let's take it to the next level. You know, ramp it up. Live the dream. We're becoming the UPS store with new low rates direct from UPS and the same great people to help with packing, copying, and mailbox services. You may notice some changes. New sign, new shirt. The shorts will be here soon.
New low rates, same great service. Call 1-800-PICK-UPS.
You never know when your computer might catch something. So if you want your computer to play with other computers without getting sick, get the new AOL for Broadband with virus protection. It scans every email attachment before it gets to your computer, cleaning them, repairing them, and keeping it as comfortable as being at home. The new AOL. Welcome to the worldwide wow. To sign up for AOL for Broadband, call 1-888-AOL-4U.
Sure is getting close to lunchtime. Any ideas? Subway's got something delicious. Like the new Chipotle Southwest steak and cheese. It's got a spicy kick. Whoa. Excellent work, my friend.
Subway, eat fresh!
I'll get this.
getting a really low rate on this card.
Well, I hope it's a low fixed rate, like my Capital One no hassle card.
Low and fixed? So what's going to happen to my rate?
Get the Capital One no hassle card for the nation's lowest fixed rates and no balance transfer fees.
What's in your wallet?
Monica went to work with her mother and grandmother. It wasn't your typical family business. Inside the brothel on Canal Street, 48 Hours investigates Wednesday.
Thursday on The Amazing Race, Riken and Chip get back at the teams that blocked them at the airport.
It was a really childish thing to do, but I thought it would help.
And Model TN complains her partner's heavy smoking may keep them from winning.
Quit trying to demean me.
The all-new Amazing Race, CBS Thursday.
Grade school isn't what it used to be. Computers, advanced math, and often marijuana. Talk with your kids about drugs today. CBS Cares.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hans Gruber in Die Hard, he's very sharp, very ruthless, doesn't seem to care about anything or anyone.
Due to the Nakatomi Corporation's legacy of greed around the globe, they are about to be taught a lesson in the real use of power. You will be witnesses.
He was simply repellent, gloriously repellent.
You hear that? Talk to me. Where are my detonators? Where are they, or shall I shoot another one?
You're dealing with something that has extraordinary intelligence, and you think is even more deadly because it has that, that certain accent attached to the threat.
Put down the gun.
Why'd you have to nuke the whole building, Hans?
Well, when you steal $600, you can't just disappear. When you steal 600 million, they will find you unless they think you're already dead. Put down the gun.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Batman. And he's got this sense of decency, the sense of that things aren't right, and if nobody's going to make them right, I'm going to take it into my own hands. So in fact, he was, borderline vigilante, actually.
Nice outfit.
I think Michael Keaton asked Jack Nicholson how he should play the part, and Jack said, "Just play the wardrobe, son. Just play the wardrobe."
Hold on. Bullets don't bounce off of him, He's got no superpowers. He had to think of things. He had to make things. He was kind of an inventor. I think the Joker is driven by, kind of an anger at this thing that's been done to him.
You idiot! You made me. Remember? You dropped me into that vat of chemicals. That wasn't easy to get over. Don't think that I didn't try. I know you did.
Certainly, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, you just enjoy him being evil as sort of almost recreational, enjoyment. You kind of have a feeling when he pours himself into a character like that. He's just expressing a part of himself, and it's fascinating to watch.
What are you laughing at? Here, let me lend you a hand.
This will remind you that I've been here once and can return.
Zorro robs from the rich and he gives to the poor. It's like Robin Hood.
Have you seen this one, Padre?
Zorro.
Zorro is a character that doesn't need to fight, but he can't stand the injustice.
I needed that scratch to awaken me.
Whatever happened to Baby Jane? I guess a lot of what we're supposed to get out of it is sibling rivalry can kill you.
I was just wondering who all those people were at the back door.
Wasn't anything. Just that nosy Mrs. Bates going on about your picture last night.
Oh, really? Did she like it? Oh, really? Did she like it?
It all goes very dark. I think, once again, they're alone together much too much.
All right, Popeye's here. Get your hands on your heads. Get off the bar and get on the wall.
Popeye Doyle represents the thin line between good and evil. The reason that he's such a good cop is because he knows how to think like a bad guy.
We're gonna keep coming back here until you clean this bar up. Keep your eye on your neighbor. If he drops something that belongs to you. What is this, a hospital here?
Popeye is so obsessed to get the French guy who's in that elevated train. He didn't care who got in the way of what his mission was.
I hope you die. I hope you die soon. Mama, don't! I'll be waiting for you to die.
Don't! Oh, Papa, don't listen. Please, just don't listen. Go.
Betty Davis has a husband who's dying, and she's a villainess in that she is heartless in her treatment of her husband.
The other bottle. Please, upstairs, in my room, in the drawer.
The scene that's just amazing, and Betty Davis nailed it in the film Little Foxes, is when she's just letting him die. And she takes her time, because the longer it's going to take her, the more damage is going to be done to him before she gets the medicine. That, to me, is like a Hitchcock moment in a William Wyler film.
The light of God shines from you, Moses. Do not kneel to me, Joshua.
You have to believe that there were heroes before you can play one.
Behold his mighty hand.
I think Charlton Heston believed in the fact that there was greatness.
Moses is probably my favorite character in the Bible. He has weaknesses and strengths, and that's what I like in a character.
Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
You're yellow.
Oh, please, you ain't gonna slug me, are you?
Maybe not today, but I'm telling you this for the last time. When Dutch comes around, he's gonna leave you some beer, and you're gonna take it, and you're gonna kick him with the dough. If you don't, somebody's gonna drop by here and kick your teeth out one at a time. Get me?
Jimmy Cagney is the greatest film actor that ever lived, in my book.
Ain't you got a drink in the house?
Well, not before breakfast, dear.
I didn't ask you for any lip. I asked you if you had a drink.
I know, Tom, but... Oh, gee, I wish that...
There you go with that wishing stuff again. I wish you was a wishing well, so that I could tie a bucket to you and sink you.
Maybe you found someone you like better.
There's one thing I know, I really know. And that is that there's no such thing in the world as a bad boy. I'm sure of that.
Father Flanagan was a wonderful character. It was sort of a tough love thing.
Now, look, Whitey, in a pinch, I can be tougher than you are, and I guess maybe this is the pinch. You're coming with me to Boys Town because that's the way your brother wants it. And that's the way I want it.
Oh, my arm! Oh!
Spencer Tracy's the benevolent, kind, understanding, tough man.
Pee-wee. Are you going to be a good boy while I'm away?
Can I get my candy when you're away?
Freddie, every day Pee-wee gets a piece of candy in my office if he's a good boy. Of course, if he isn't a good boy, then he won't expect it. Because Pee-wee is an honorable man, aren't you, Pee-wee?
That is the type of hero we can relate to every day, and then that's the type of hero I think we need to see more of, you know, because it's not always, you know, the guys with the muscles and the guys with the big guns.
I'll carry him, Father.
No, I'll take it.
Pee-wee. Pee-wee.
I do remember Faye Dunaway in Mommy Dearest, and she was a terrifying mother image.
Christina, get out of that bed! Get out of that bed! You live in the most beautiful house in Brentwood, and you don't care if the clothes are undispatched from wire hangers!
All this thing about wire hangers and scrubbing the floor in the basement, it all went on. I happen to know that it did.
This floor's already clean. Look, I've got this floor's not clean! Look at it! This floor is not clean! None of it is not clean! Nothing is clean! It's all blind as a bat!
3 cheers for Chips. Hip, hip! Hooray! Hip, hip! Hooray!
Mr. Chipping, he's able to put his life, his intelligence, his wit, everything that makes him tick at the service of others.
You must do as you see right, Headmaster. But as it is Mr. Hitler's declared intention since the D-Day landings to paralyze all normal life in southern England, it seems to me our plain duty is to carry on our normal life here at Brookfield.
I think teachers are maybe the biggest heroes we have in our society because they influence the growth of our new citizens.
Is there anyone who would like to volunteer to construe?
Yes, sir.
Turn to page 40 and begin at the bottom line, will you?
Hans Gruber from Die Hard. Batman from Batman. The Joker from Batman. Zorro from The Mark of Zorro. Baby Jane Hudson from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Popeye Doyle from The French Connection. Regina Giddens from The Little Foxes. Moses from The 10 Commandments. Tom Powers from The Public Enemy. Father Flanagan from Boys Town. Joan Crawford from Mommy Dearest. Mr. Chips from Goodbye, Mr. Chips. Next, man's best friend and a dog's worst enemy as AFI's Salute to Heroes and Villains continues.
So, the chase scene from Ronin?
Wrong. French Connection.
The new 2004 Grand Prix. Fuel for the soul.
And you, Wyatt, how'd you make your first billion?
Oil and cattle. Let's call it offshore banking.
And you, Jones, we're all curious. How'd you make your first billion?
Me? Oh, Pepsi.
You invented Pepsi?
Oh, no, I just drank one.
Want your first billion? Enter Pepsi's Play for a Billion sweepstakes. 1,000 winners compete for a guaranteed million on live TV. And one may even win 1 billion.
You guys got a foosball table?
Check specially marked Pepsi products.
The sequel to Disney's most swinging classic ever is coming to DVD. Critics call it as wonderful as the original. The Jungle Book 2.
Look for the bear necessities.
Mowgli returns to the jungle in his wildest adventure ever.
Feel the jungle rhythm.
This place is happening.
It's all new fun and music. In the Jungle Book 2. Own it on Disney DVD and video. Jungle Book Tuesday, June 10th.
Inside that Game Boy, right next to the silicon chip, is something familiar, a battery. And while it may not be the biggest decision of your day, consider this. When monitoring a patient after open heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. So whether it's monitoring a beating heart or beating the aliens on the 8th level, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains will continue here on CBS.
Sunday, America's favorite piano man, Billy Joel, kicks off the Tony Awards with a live performance. Hugh Jackman hosts the Tony Awards live CBS Sunday. American Idol's Simon Cowell has a twisted new idea.
This summer, thousands of men will try to win the heart of America's most eligible woman. But first, they'll have to get past her two best friends.
We are gonna weed out the losers, big time.
Cupid premieres CBS Wednesday, July 9th.
Oh, and by the way, we're giving her $1 million dowry.
This month, the pink ribbon in Lifetime Friends is turning blue. Learn about a cancer that devastates as many families as breast cancer. Prostate cancer on the 10th on Tampa Bay's 10 News.
Tampa Bay's 10 thanks the RE/MAX organization for supporting Lifetime Friends.
You know, I cannot wait for Kid Flicks to start.
There's some of the best movies and animations made for kids from all over the world. Pack up the family and head to MovieCo in Centro Ybor for the St. Petersburg Times Kid Flicks Florida International Children's Film Festival. For a complete schedule, go to TampaBase10.com.
He used to look really good in that suit.
It was their 20-year class reunion.
My husband was the football star.
He's gonna see his old friends.
I said, you gotta curb the sweet tooth, and he pulled out all his old equipment. He has his own private space. No one's judging him.
He loves the Publix fat-free light peach yogurt.
Publix actually makes their own yogurt.
It's low in calories.
And it's smooth and creamy and...
It's healthy but indulgent.
He gets it and he goes, I'm like, you're the man.
Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
The producer of CSI. Cold Case, CBS this fall.
Please, God.
This is God.
Nightmare on Elm Street came out of reading a series of articles in the LA Times about young kids in their early 20s that were dying in the middle of nightmares, an actual medical phenomenon. It's the paradigm to me that was so interesting, seeing something that was so terrifying that if you truly, truly saw it, it killed you.
What, Mother? Don't fall asleep in there. You could drown, you know.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
I'm honored that Freddie has been included in the scariest villains list. Come to Freddie. 1, 2, Freddie's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock the door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, better stay up late. 10, never sleep again.
Hey! I'm a police officer! Hey! It's me, Serpico! Hey, I'm a police officer! Police officer! I'm an officer! I'm a police officer!
Jesus, Frank, how was I supposed to recognize you?
Frank Serpico, as a hero, he was really a rebel. He just wasn't going to be part of what he considered a corrupt system.
Here, let me give you yours now.
I'm not on.
What do you mean you're not on?
That's what I said. I'm not on. I don't take money.
Some gag here.
No, I told you straight. I don't take money. That's the truth.
What he did was go after the entire system. Fortunately, in this case, it was the police department, and some terrific reforms came out of it.
In order to ensure this, an independent, permanent, investigative body dealing with police corruption like this commission is essential.
I don't care how you kill the little beast, but do it! And do it now!
I watched the animated version a lot and actually incorporated a lot of the lines.
I don't care how you kill the little beast, just do it, and do it now!
The one thing that I feel
about Cruella is that she's a classic witch.
Now listen, you idiots. I'll be back first thing in the morning. And the job better be done or I'll call the police. Do you understand?
I learned very early on that the meaner I was, the funnier I was.
If we make this coat, it would be as if I were wearing your dog. Woof, woof.
I worked with Lassie. My third picture was called Hills of Home. Working with Lassie was like working with an actor. He knew his lines. he knew to hit the mark.
In terms of a heroic dog, I think it had something to do with that flowing coat and that aquiline profile.
Oh, Lassie. Lassie, come home.
I want you to meet a new guy what's going to be with us. This is,
Caesar Enrico Vandello.
Oh, little Caesar, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Edward D. Robinson, your mob boss. In control, in charge, simple authority.
You're through. You hire these mugs, they missed, now you're through. If you ain't out of town by tomorrow morning, you won't never leave it except in a pine box. I'm taking over this territory. From now on, it's mine.
Charlie was the loser, the little tramp, you know. And yet, he could get the best of the big bad guy.
For to be a big hero is Charlie Chaplin. That's such an unlikely hero, this tiny little man with such a funny way. He walks and talks, and you love him, and you wish him well, and you wish him to win.
Harry Lime is a black marketeer. He has dedicated his life to the dark side. Yet because he's played by Orson Welles, he's witty, charming, he has some of the best lines in English-speaking film.
Nobody thinks in terms of human beings. Governments don't, why should we? They talk about the people and the proletariat. I talk about the suckers and the mugs. It's the same thing.
Lime is like a practiced bullfighter who leads the characters in the film away from his true nature.
You're through, Harry. Come out. You haven't got a chance this way. What do you want? You might as well give up. Mr. Munson, get back! Get back! Get back, sir! Come back! Hey, come back, sir!
The Force will be with you. Always.
Obi-Wan ultimately is the only experienced warrior in this group. I mean, he's the one who's sort of left over from the Republic. He's left over from the Order of Jedi Knights.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes. I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
In the mythological structure of things, there's always the person with knowledge, whether it's a seer of some kind or a wise little rabbit on the side of the road or whatever, but there's always that character, and that character has the knowledge.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
People have asked me, what do you think about Frank Booth? I tell them it's a love story, this intense, masochistic, sadistic love affair that he has with Isabella Rossellini. My first scene in the picture was this very dramatic scene.
Hello, baby.
Shut up! It's Daddy, you head. Where's my bourbon?
Kyle is in the closet, and I come in and I demand my bourbon, and I make her spread her legs. That was our first day of shooting.
Oh, Mommy. Mommy. Mommy.
The Frank Booth character is a representation of pure evil. A human being means nothing to Frank Booth.
Hold him tight for me.
I mean to kill you in 1 minute, Ned, or see you hanged in Fort Smith at Judge Parker's convenience. Which will it be?
I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch!
In True Grit, Wayne said to me one time, he said, kid, he said, when you say a line, take a break in the middle of it. He said, like, you know, they went that away.
Looking back is a bad habit.
So take that pause. They can't cut away from you. Well, hey, that's John Wayne they can't cut away from. They cut away from Dennis Hopper.
No grit, Rooster Cogburn, not much.
Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Frank Serpico from Serpico. Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. Lassie from Lassie Come Home. Rico Bandello from Little Caesar. The Tramp from The Kid. Harry Lime from The Third Man. Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. Frank Booth from Blue Velvet. Rooster Cogburn from True Grit. Coming up, a classic villain bares his fangs while another asks you to open wide.
Before their wedding, 100 couples used new Colgate Simply White Night for 2 weeks.
The thing about getting married is you're constantly smiling.
Now, apply just once at night. It absorbs fast. No need to let it dry.
I woke up one morning and boom, they were whiter.
A brighter white. Definitely.
At my shower, I'm going to put Simply White Night in a care package for my bridesmaids. I was shocked it works so well.
Now there's new Colgate Simply White Night. Dramatically whiter teeth made even simpler. Guaranteed.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. I can get an early start in the morning and go out and do something just for me.
Tylenol PM stops your nighttime pain and helps you sleep so you can wake up refreshed.
It's a really good feeling.
Gotta be the tag.
Hanes introduces the tagless tee. No tag, no itch. Hanes Comfort. It's a beautiful thing.
Go tagless.
Why are so many people coming to Lowe's for flooring?
We want wall-to-wall carpeting in the living room.
Lowe's introduces Mohawk Premier Living Carpets.
I love soft carpet.
But it's gotta last. It's one of the softest, most durable carpets available.
And only Lowe's has it. We'll even measure, install, and haul your old carpet away. And Lowe's has low prices every day, guaranteed. That's our promise. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Right now, every carpet we install comes with a free carpet pad.
Let's get rich!
Fasten your seatbelts for Sinbad, a non-stop voyage of heart-stopping, jaw-dropping fun, action,
Look out!
adventure,
Let's go!
and heart.
You're rescuing me.
If that's what you want to call it. Sinbad's got it all.
This is going to be fun.
From the people who brought you Shrek,
Ow!
Sinbad.
Pretty cool, huh?
Rated PG. Starts July 2nd everywhere.
My brother Danny and me. He got a new truck. I got a bigger one. I've got a family. He's got a bigger one. And my doctor tells me to start taking an aspirin every day for my heart. Just one tiny little St. Joseph aspirin. Though maybe bigger isn't always better. Try telling him that.
The amazing race is just beginning, and the teams of two are already battling it out.
I can't take it anymore.
Shut out at the airport.
There's no more tickets.
Riken and Chip have a plan for revenge.
It's a really childish thing to do, but I thought it would help.
Most teams use their brains for a challenge, but the engaged couple rely on other assets.
I want to see who these two idiots are.
And Model TN complains her partner's heavy smoking may keep them from winning.
No, we're not calling a taxi. Quit trying to demean me.
Don't miss the all-new Amazing Race, CBS Thursday.
Sergeant York, I am proud that you are of the All-American Division. It's a privilege to command such men as you.
I love Sergeant York because here is a guy from a common background who did an uncommon thing.
You got me.
You have the boy from the backwoods, the rural stereotype, who knows how to shoot squirrels better than anybody else, and who turns out to be able to pick off 53 Germans.
He did it through his skill, but his motive was not to take life, it was to save more lives.
Come on! All right, come on out of there! All of you!
Match me, Sidney. Not right this minute, J.J.
Burt Lancaster, to me, had always been a hero. So for him to play this insidious character, it was, I thought, an excellent portrayal of evil.
Susie, I'd have to take it very much amiss if you ever saw that boy again.
You just think he's just this doting brother. But there's that incest thing in that film. I like to watch the way he touches her in that. It's so creepy. That element of it, I think, does, certainly ratchet Lancaster's performance into, classic screen villainy.
Susie, tell him the truth. Tell him! JJ, please. Look, I can explain.
Tarzan. James. Tarzan. James. Tarzan. James. Tarzan. James. Tarzan. James. Tarzan. James.
Oh, please stop. Let me go. I can't bear this.
I watched Tarzan all my life. When I grew up, my grandmother would not miss. It was Johnny Weissmuller.
I think Tarzan is a magnificent hero because he's about wildness versus civilization.
You should take better care of your teeth. You have quite a cavity here. Is it safe?
Look, I tell you, I can't do it.
If you were a child and you saw a Marathon Man, you would never, ever, ever go to a dentist again.
A live, freshly cut nerve is infinitely more sensitive.
So, I'll just drill into a healthy tooth until I reach the pulp. Unless, of course, you can tell me that it's safe.
Everybody loves, is it safe? Is it safe? Sequence, which is brilliant, but, I love that physical of stuff. I love that stuff of him on the street when he's getting recognized.
I know who you are, you murderer. I know who you are.
Help! Help! The man needs help here. Help! Quick! A doctor! Quick!
You see something down there, Chief?
No, I just think I'm gonna barf.
Marge Gunderson is a great character. She's just rock solid. You'd want to know her, you'd want to be married to her, you'd want her to be your sheriff. She's Jimmy Stewart. It was so brilliant to make her pregnant and just so homey and wonderful.
Hiya, hon.
I brought you some lunch, Margie. What are those, night crawlers?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
You bet. Thanks for lunch.
She sort of emerges as someone who is going to be, you know, the Sherlock Holmes and figuring it all out.
Children of the night, what music they make.
What I determined when I first began to rehearse the part was that I wouldn't play it in any way, shape, or form like Lugosi, who, by the way, I think owns this part for eternity.
I am Dracula.
Those of us who have played it have had periods of success with it, but Lugosi's is, to me, the definitive one.
The vampire in general is a very interesting villain because it's kind of an energy sucker.
Fools.
They take the very essence in blood, which is always a symbol of the very essence of life.
Don't kill me! Let me live, please! Punish me, torture me, but let me live! I can't die with all those lives on my conscience! All that blood on my hands!
What's wrong with you?
Nothing you can't fix.
The Philip Marlowe character, he's an interesting hero. He makes his own rules and abides by them.
Morse has been ahead of me all the way, way ahead. I'll get the jump on him this time. We're cooked.
Bogart, I don't think was ever a flat-out good guy. But Philip Marlowe, you know, he actually, that's probably, I guess, the closest to a guy who's actually the hero. But you get the sense, you know, there's bad in that guy.
What do you want me to do, count three like they do in the movies? That's what Canino said to little Jonesy.
Now, don't go crazy.
Jonesy took it better than you take. That's one, Eddie.
Don't, Marlowe, don't! Don't!
That's two, Eddie.
Don't shoot, it's me,
You're good.
I ain't good, I'm the best.
And modest.
Well, I sort of object to the designation of Bonnie and Clyde as villains. One has to say that they were creatures of their time.
We robbed banks. Now, if everybody will just take it easy, nobody will get hurt.
There was romance to it, and somehow romance and villainy captures our fancy.
Someday they'll go down together. They'll bury them side by side. To few it'll be grief, to the law a relief, but it's death for Bonnie and Clyde.
We're gonna get them, Aaron, aren't we? You gotta promise me that we're gonna get them.
Not once did Ed Masry or myself ever stop to think what the outcome was going to be. But what we did know was that industry had knowingly harmed human beings.
You make this personal, and it isn't.
Not personal. That is my work. My sweat, my time away from my kids. If that's not personal, I don't know what is.
I sat there and I go, oh, you go, girl. Because that's just exactly how I felt. This case was personal to me.
These people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying that they'll have to have a hysterectomy at the age of 20, like Rosa Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So before you come back here with another lame-ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Walker. Or what you might expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez.
Mrs. Danvers was just a wonderful physical villain. She was so severe.
I hope I shall do everything to your satisfaction, madam. I've managed the house since Mrs. De Winter's death, and Mr. De Winter has never complained.
The old wife had died, and the housekeeper was devoted to the old wife. So when the new wife came in, she was out to get her.
You've nothing to stay for. You've nothing to live for, really, have you? Look down there. It's easy, isn't it?
standing behind Joan Fontaine saying, look down there. He doesn't love you. Jump. Go ahead. Jump.
Why don't you?
It's just chilling.
Why don't you? Go on. Go on. Don't be afraid.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Paul Newman's character in Cool Hand Luke didn't seem like he was going to be a hero for any particular reason. It's just that no one could break his spirit.
Why don't you just lay down, Luke? He's just gonna knock you down again, buddy.
Not your fault. He's just too big. So let him hit you in the nose and get some blood flowing. Maybe the bosses will stop it before he kills you. I don't want to frighten him.
It's about pride, it's about dignity, and that was what made us want to stand up and cheer.
Stay down. You're beat. You're gonna have to kill me.
Travis Bickle is on a path that he believes is heroic, and he doesn't see consciously the perversion that is underneath it. He has the personality of a 14-year-old boy that sees the world in some ways black and white. And no matter how hard he tries to put it into those categories, it never will be. And in order to make it that way, he has to do terrible, horrible violence.
Alvin York from Sergeant York. J.J. Hunsaker from Sweet Smell of Success. Tarzan from Tarzan and his Mate. Dr. Zell from Marathon Man. Marge Gunderson from Fargo. Count Dracula from Dracula. Philip Marlowe from The Big Sleep. Bonnie and Clyde from Bonnie and Clyde. Aaron Brockovich from Aaron Brockovich. Mrs. Danvers from Rebecca. Luke Jackson from Cool Hand Luke. And Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver.
Travis Bickle is just one of the iconic screen characters that Robert De Niro has etched into our collective memory. Tonight, we honor him for creating this classic screen villain. But AFI also honors him this year with its 31st Life Achievement Award. We bestow this to the heroes of American film, and Robert De Niro plays that role with power, with grace, and good humor. Whether it's comedy or drama, his commitment to character, both mentally and physically, has changed the way we look at acting. And at a time in history when we turn to our artists to give us hope, he's become a symbol of strength and inspiration for New York City and America. Hero or villain. In either role tonight, we're talking to you, Bob, as we say, thank you.
When we come back, AFI's honorees include heroes and villains who are quite literally out of this world. AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains, brought to you by Pontiac, fuel for the soul. And by Purina of Checkerboard Square.
2004 Grand Prix.
More fun. More playful. More satisfied. More choice. All the nutrition. Great taste. More happy. More strut. Living life to the fullest. More frisky. Dry food, wet food, treats. Friskies for more.
My wallet. My credit card was in it.
You did have a Capital One no hassle card, right?
No.
Relax. Who's gonna find it out here?
Whether your card is lost or stolen, with a Capital One no hassle card, you're not liable for a penny. Plus, you get the nation's lowest fixed rates.
What's in your wallet?
2 cops. We got 4 mama's boys at the moors. It's just a gang. Wasn't a game last night. Too close.
It's a big case for them.
Can you figure this out?
I bought you a couple of hours. You figure it out.
To the edge.
Take care of them now.
This is a setup. Critics call Hollywood homicide. High-octane entertainment. That's cause for suspension. Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett are this summer's lethal weapons.
Scouts gonna hit a cop?
It's a good suggestion. Hollywood homicide. Rated PG-13. Special sneak preview this Saturday. In theaters everywhere, June 13th.
AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains will continue here on CBS.
There's a killer. 3 people have been murdered stalking Springfield. We cannot rule out anything or anyone. What is the motive?
There's more to it than just the sex and money. People are dying here.
And who is to blame?
You scared of me?
You know what they say about a man who has nothing left to lose, don't you? He's the most dangerous man in the world.
This week on Guiding Light.
Baby Bob is back with all new episodes.
Out of my way! Baby on board! I got the pedal and the metal and the need for speed!
Baby Bob premieres CBS Friday.
I think the best thing about Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay. It's the water. I love the water. I think the water makes this place magical. There's so much to do. There's concerts outside. There's boating events. You could go to the beach and be very quiet. There's nightlife. Everything, absolutely everything. So it's not a matter of, gee, what are we going to do? It's like, which one do you want to do first? If I had to move here again, would I? I wouldn't have left in the first place.
Sometimes people bring me more than just their pet.
That's Buddy.
Ooh, and about 100 of his closest friends. And when pets have fleas and ticks, your home and family might have them too. So I recommend Frontline Plus for dogs and cats. It kills fleas fast and lasts longer than any other leading brand. And it kills flea eggs and larvae. Frontline Plus also kills ticks, including those that may transmit Lyme disease. It's my job to keep dogs and cats healthy. Fleas and ticks, that's another story.
Frontline Plus, veterinarian's #1 choice.
Your cheating heart will make you weak. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through.
Call a York dealer today. American Discount Air Conditioning in Sarasota. Affordable Incorporated in Clearwater. Allen's Electric in Riverview.
Dave's all new with Alec Baldwin. Plus, Stop the Slicer tonight.
The Lord's a talking to me now. He's a saying, a liar is an abomination before mine eyes.
Here was a guy representing himself as a preacher, as a man of God, and his mission throughout the entire film is to kill. He is every child's worst nightmare. He is the boogeyman. He is the evil, dark figure that comes out of the swamp at night to take little children out of their beds and take them away.
Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Americans play to win all the time. I wouldn't give a hoot in hell for a man who lost and laughed. That's why Americans have never lost and will never lose a war. because the very thought of losing is hateful.
There's a warts and all aspect to a character like Patton that a skillful actor like George C. Scott will take advantage of.
Come on, you bastard! Take a shot at me right in the nose!
Get back in here, George. We need a corps commander, not a casualty.
Patton was a piece of work. I was in the infantry in the Bulge. And Patton saved our ass, frankly.
Where you going, General?
Berlin! I'm gonna personally shoot that paper-hanging son of a bitch!
Hello, Counselor. Remember me? Baltimore. 8 years, 4 months, and 13 days ago. You coming in clear now, Counselor?
Katie. Max Katie.
Good.
This was, for me, perhaps the first time I ever recognized villainy and sexuality combined.
Please, please.
So all in all, I don't think you're gonna say too much about this, are you? You're not gonna talk about it, are you?
What's the matter with you guys? You all know he's guilty. He's got to burn. You're letting him slip through our fingers.
Slip through our fingers? Are you his executioner?
I'm one of them.
Perhaps you'd like to pull the switch.
I think one of the main reasons that the juror number 8 was a major hero was, first of all, because Fonda played him, but he had no axe to grind.
Oh, what are we doing now?
I guess we talk.
Boy, oh boy. You really think he's innocent?
I don't know.
I think one felt a genuine sense of fairness, a genuine feeling about him that he had not made up his mind, that he was coming in there to investigate.
Take a look at this knife. It's a very unusual knife. I've never seen one like it. Neither had the storekeeper who sold it to the boy. Aren't you asking us to accept a pretty incredible coincidence?
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible.
And I say it's not possible. Come on out. We're friends. That's right. We welcome you. We're friends. Yeah.
Martians are bad guys. You know, came out of the 50s. It came out of atomic bombs. The unknown is always scary.
The message is, Mars needs women.
Anything that's from a different planet, different culture even, can be scary. So, of course, we shoot them.
Guns, tanks, bombs. They're like toys against them.
There are certain classic things that I think all human beings are afraid of. The fear of the alien, the fear of the invader, the fear of the outsider, especially if they seem like they want to have you for dinner.
Hi, I'm Bob Woodward of the Washington Post.
Yes, what is it?
I was just kind of wondering why your name and phone number were in the address books of 2 of the men arrested at Watergate.
Good God.
Woodward and Bernstein didn't wake up the morning and say, oh, I'm going to be a hero. They were just after a story. But that story ended up being one of the most important stories of this century.
We know how much money we're talking about. Yeah, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. And these men are the key to what that money was used for. Boy, that woman was paranoid. At one point, I suddenly wondered how high up this thing goes. And her paranoia finally got to me. I thought what we had was so hot that any minute CBS or NBC are going to come in through the windows and take the story away.
You're both paranoid. She's afraid of John Mitchell, and you're afraid of Walter Cronkite.
It came down to the operation of the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment, and some pretty courageous reporters standing up for right versus wrong.
Bernstein got another source.
The guy just is confirmed.
If there's any doubt, we can run it tomorrow.
You don't have to. The story's solid. We're sure of it.
He's just got off the phone with his gold.
Okay, we go with it.
Mayday!
To this day, Cody Jarrett is still one of the darkest, meanest sons of bitches in American film.
How you doing, Parker?
Stuffy in here. I need some air.
Oh, stuffy, huh? I'll give it a layer.
This was a very, very deeply twisted mind. I suppose it'd be a fancy word used now, like sociopath or something. One felt he was going to explode at any point, even at the quiet bits.
Got you tied up good.
Examination's over.
All of us have within ourselves the dual personality. We are basically perhaps shy, we lack confidence, things don't go our way. That's Clark Kent, that's our daily life.
Well, so I was wondering if maybe you'd like to have a little dinner with me.
Oh, gosh, Clark, I'm sorry, I'm booked.
Oh.
Within us is the dream to fly, to soar, to do all these amazing feats that Superman can do.
Hey, Jim! Whoa! Excuse me. That's a bad outfit!
A life-changing experience that happened to me about 8 years ago, and I had to learn to live a new life.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me! Who's got you?
But I'm in the unique position of being able to speak on behalf of those who won't be heard. If I do have anything in common with Superman, I do have a sense of what the job is.
Who are you?
A friend.
And that helps me relate to that figure on my right.
Harry Powell from The Night of the Hunter. General Patton from Patton. Max Cady from Cape Fear. Juror number 8 from 12 Angry Men. Martians from The War of the Worlds. Woodward and Bernstein from All the President's Men. Cody Jarrett from White Heat. Superman from Superman. Coming up next, a villain from the future and a hero from America's favorite pastime.
Q, we have a competitor in the world of high-tech gadgetry.
I'll investigate. The fox is in the hen house. Superior communication devices. Sophisticated surveillance equipment. Advanced combat simulators. Activating camouflage.
See the latest technology at Best Buy today and pick up Die Another Day on DVD.
When it comes over me, it's like being born. Everything I've ever felt, fear, power, rage, I can't hold it in anymore.
Sure you're okay?
I've never felt better.
Rated PG-13.
You never know when your computer might catch something. So if you want your computer to play with other computers without getting sick, get the new AOL for Broadband with virus protection. It scans every email attachment before it gets to your computer, cleaning them, repairing them, and keeping it as comfortable as being at home. The new AOL. Welcome to the worldwide wow. To sign up for AOL for Broadband, call 1-888-AOL-4U.
Bone Giant, June 10th. For the first time on DVD, Hollywood legends James Dean.
I'm going to have more money than you ever thought you could have.
And Elizabeth Taylor.
Money isn't old, you know, Jim.
Not when you got it.
Own George Stevens' masterpiece Giant, June 10th on DVD.
I'll be back. Arnold Schwarzenegger is back in the all-new T2 Extreme DVD, a fully loaded 2-disc set featuring state-of-the-art digital restoration from a brand-new high-definition digital transfer. First ever running T2 audio commentary from James Cameron. And a behind-the-scenes interactive mode that uncovers filmmaking secrets, trivia, and never-before-seen footage. Go Extreme. Go! Own T2 Extreme DVD. Now available.
If you're heading out there, I'll give you a tip. It's wild and it's far, and you're in for a trip. For just when you think it couldn't get rougher, the path goes crooked and the going gets tougher. But once you've traveled this far off the track, you won't settle for less. And there's no going back. The powerful Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Superstar Celine Dion performs her greatest hits in a spectacular event.
It will be unlike anything you've ever seen.
Celine in Las Vegas, opening night, CBS Wednesday.
This summer, thousands of men will try to win the heart of America's most eligible woman. But first, they'll have to get past her two best friends.
Cupid premieres CBS Wednesday, July 9th.
Something unexplainable is happening to Joan Girardi.
I saw you today, outside of your house.
Who are you?
And the more answers she gets,
I've known you since before you were born.
the more questions she'll have.
Do you believe in God?
It's logical.
From the executive producers of Judging Amy, Joan of Arcadia, coming this fall to CBS.
25 down, 25 to go. The math is simple, but it's gotten harder to tell who is a hero and who is not. Early on, of course, the hero wore white, the villain black. But across the century, who is who has become a shade of gray. The hero might need to break the law, become a vigilante, even a killer to stay true to his good intentions. Villains are still monsters, but now they're also handsome, charming, the boy next door. One thing for sure, though, they all know how to make an entrance.
Here's Johnny!
Jack Torrance in The Shining. Here you have a man who's a writer who's shut himself away in this mountain where he just, of course, he loses his mind.
Wendy, let me explain something to you. Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me. And it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
He's a normal guy who falls apart in sort of a psychological way, which I think is very interesting.
Wendy, stay away! Darling, light of my life.
I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
He was the classic, homicidal father who was coming after the son to kill him.
You can't get away! I'm right behind you!
Hey, Gary. Who, me? Yes, you.
Lou Gehrig, a guy is the Iron Man who shows up to work and gives 110%. He showed us how to live and win, and he showed us how to die.
You better send someone in for me. I can't make it anymore.
I don't think people fully understood what he was facing because of the time. But we didn't really talk about disease or disability.
People all say that I've had a bad break. But today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
To go off, basically to face your death with that appreciation for what you got to do in life, that makes him an incredible hero.
You need guys that are poor, smart, and hungry, and no feelings. You win a few, you lose a few, but you keep on fighting. And if you need a friend, get a dog.
Greed is good. I mean, he was so charming the way he said it with the hair slicked back.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
Greed is good is a concept in keeping with his own about evolution, about how does a species evolve. The species has to evolve through avarice, through ambition, through a desire to make more, to do better.
We make the rules, pal. The news, war, peace, famine, upheaval, the price of a paper clip. We pick that rabbit out of the hat while everybody sits out there wondering how the hell we did it. Now, you're not naive enough to think we're living in a democracy, are you, buddy? It's the free market. And you're part of it.
I thought I was making a cowboy movie with women in trucks instead of guys and horses.
Let her go!
But really, it's about people, in this case women, who become the protagonists in their own lives. Doing so become heroic.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Get the car.
I think it kind of started off as not even a sister relationship, younger sister. It was almost mom-daughter.
Look, Thelma, you just got to stop talking to people. You got to stop being so open. We're fugitives now, right? Let's start behaving like that.
You're right.
Thank you.
To me, what's been empowering to people who watch the film is to see two characters, especially two female characters, who are utterly liberated. Every decision they make, for good or for bad, is made by them.
Eve. We'd better let Mrs. Brown pick up the wardrobe.
We all recognize Eve Harrington, and that's why the film has lived so long and why it's such a classic, because Eve Harrington is out there still.
You're very young and very talented. And believe it or not, if there's anything I can do, there is something.
She was very anxious to get to the top, and she wasn't going to let anything stand in her way.
You ought to play Cora. You want me to tell Lloyd I think you should play it?
If you told him so, he'd give me the part. He said he would.
After all you've said, don't you know that part was written for Margot?
It might have been 15 years ago. It's my part now.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
We can all relate to Terry Malloy. Again, because he takes such abuse and will not bend.
You're a cheap, lousy, dirty, stinking mug. And I'm glad what I've done to you. You hear that? I'm glad what I've done. And I'm gonna keep on doing it till I get... Come on! Come on!
Brando finds this incredible strength of character that he didn't know he had.
He was willing to go the mile, lay down his life for a principle and for his fellow man.
I'll be back.
Terminator. A hero in one and a villain in the other. Great entertainment. I mean, great entertainment.
A great villain is somebody who surprises you every few minutes with just how villainous they can be. And then somehow comes back again.
Spartacus was the most important thing I did in my career, because Spartacus represents a man who wanted freedom.
Tell them we want nothing from Rome. Nothing. Except our freedom. All we want is to get out of this damn country. We're marching south to the sea, and we'll smash every army they send against us.
Spartacus really is the ultimate, underdog character, being this Greek slave and challenging the actual entire Roman Empire.
Raymond, relax. We'll be home in less than 2.5 hours.
I'm not going home with you, Mother. I'm going to New York.
What?
I've got a job in a newspaper. Research assistant to Mr. Hoban Gaines.
Hoban Gaines? That communist?
Mrs. Island's villainy was of such an acute and specific nature as to make her a most horrific character.
You are to shoot the presidential nominee through the head.
And Johnny will rise gallantly to his feet and lift Ben Arthur's body in his arms, stand in front of the microphones and begin to speak.
When you really got down to what she was about, you could hardly believe what she had done and what she was responsible for and how she had hoodwinked everybody, including her son.
And then when I take power, they will be pulled down and ground into debt for what they did to you. And what they did in so contemptuously underestimating me.
I praise such courage. I need such courage because in this cause I too am prepared to die. But, my friend, there is no cause for which I am prepared to kill.
Gandhi is one of the greatest spiritual leaders that we'll ever know, who changed the face of a nation by not playing the game.
Who the devil are you?
My name is Gandhi, Mohandas K. Gandhi.
Well, whoever you are, we don't want you here. I suggest you get back on that train before it leaves.
They seem to want me.
The man himself, the reality of it, is undeniably heroic.
The function of a civil resistor is to provoke response, and we will continue to provoke until they respond or they change the law. They are not in control. We are. That is the strength of civil resistance.
Jack Torrance from The Shining, Lou Gehrig from The Pride of the Yankees, Gordon Gekko from Wall Street, Thelma and Louise from Thelma and Louise, Eve Harrington from All About Eve, Terry Malloy from On the Waterfront, Terminator from The Terminator, Spartacus from Spartacus, Mrs. John Iceland from The Manchurian Candidate, Mahatma Gandhi from Gandhi. When we return, the only AFI villain who never appears on screen.
On July 2nd,
a war between man and machines has begun.
The machines will rise.
Oh my God.
Mankind will fall. And our only hope will be one of them.
It is time.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Rated R. Starts Wednesday, July 2nd.
Shark Week's coming this summer. Like you didn't already know that.
Ensure
friendship.
Ensure
Laughter.
Ensure
Tears.
Ensure
Victory.
Millions of healthy people are discovering Ensure. One glass gives you complete, balanced nutrition when you can't have foods like these. Ensure
Family. Wonder. Life.
Ensure to your health. Now with lutein to help support the health of your eyes.
In my dream, I'm running.
From who?
I'm not sure. They're wearing masks. They're tough customers.
Customers? What do they want?
Everything, now.
On demand.
They're very demanding.
And you can't get away?
No. What does it mean?
That you're too slow, you can't respond, and you're in denial.
No, I'm not.
See?
AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains will continue here on CBS.
CBS Thursday. Most amazing race teams use their brains for a challenge, but the engaged couple rely on other assets.
I want to see who these two idiots are.
An all-new amazing race. Then it's a 5-star murder mystery at a top Vegas restaurant.
Somebody was cooking something here, and it wasn't food.
Catch CSI. Then a pregnant woman disappears from a hospital.
That could be a gun.
Now it's a race to save 2 lives.
If she doesn't deliver in the next 24 hours, it could be fatal.
Without a trace after an all-new amazing race and CSI, CBS Thursday.
This year, you'll take out the trash 52 times, mow the lawn 30 times, wash the car 18 times, and kill the fire ants 6 times? Unless you use new Over and Out. Unlike other fire ant killers, just one application of Over and Out eliminates fire ants from your entire yard and keeps them out for an entire season. Guaranteed. New Over and Out, the once-a-season fire ant killer, from the makers of 7.
This is good.
Day at the spa good.
Secret admirer good.
New tan line good. Midnight snack good.
Rich, creamy Yoplait yogurt. It is so good.
Satin sheets good. A weekend with no boys good.
Ways Tony Awards this Sunday at 8, 7 Central. Root for the best on CBS.
Bambi, quick, the thicket.
Man is the villain in Bambi.
Keep running! Keep running!
Man shot the mother.
Of all the films on that list of villains, Bambi is the one I still can't watch, where the evil force looks like us.
We made it! We made it, Mother! Mother!
Who are those guys?
You root for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Why? Who's playing them?
Well, that ought to do it.
2 of the grandest, greatest looking guys you ever saw.
They're very good. Someone count 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Kid, the next time I say let's go someplace like Bolivia, let's go someplace like Bolivia. Next time.
What's the matter with you? I can't swim.
This man left his work, sir. Wants water.
Look, sir. It's the sand worked in cruel. I wanted water to wash it.
I'll give you water. Mr. Marizan, keel ho, this man.
The cruelty with which Captain Bligh perpetrated onto his crew gave him strength.
Well?
The man is dead, Mr. Bligh.
That fuel that he got from hating made him live.
Casting me adrift 3,500 miles from a port of call. You're sending me to my doom, eh? Well, you're wrong, Christian.
Charles Lawton's character, I'll hang you from the highest yardarm. We all did that at school. I'll hang you from the highest yardarm in the British Navy.
I'll live to see you, all of you, hanging from the highest yardarm in the British fleet.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Sidney Poitier as Virgil Tibbs, and he and I wasn't just about dealing with the law. It was about dealing with the law of man.
Meanwhile, you just killed yourself a white man, just about the most important white man we got around here, and picked yourself up $200.
I earned that money 10 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Colored can't earn that kind of money, boy. Hell, that's more than I make in a month. Now, where did you earn it?
Philadelphia.
Mississippi?
Pennsylvania.
That's just what you do up there, little old Pennsylvania, earn that kind of money.
I'm a police officer.
Sidney Poitier transcended things like color and race, and he brought tremendous suppressed anger, and a righteous anger,
You're holding the wrong man.
What do you mean I'm holding the wrong man? I got the motive, which is money, and the body, which is dead.
What makes you so sure?
Why do you doubt it?
Because Colbert was killed here, then driven back to town in his own car and dumped on the streets. Sam couldn't have driven 2 cars.
The idea that something was under the water was more terrifying than the actual physicality of the shark itself. When you're in the water, in the ocean, where I never go anymore, thanks to this movie, you think, did I see something? Was that was it there?
Robin's ability as an archer was emblematic of his vision. He saw more truly and saw further than most people.
Swear to fight for a free England, to protect her loyally until the return of our king and sovereign, Richard the Lionheart. And swear to fight to the death against our oppressors.
The one who completely filled in the figure for me was Errol Flynn. His bravado, his dash, his sword fighting. I'm told that he wasn't a very good sword fighter, but he picked it up very, very quickly indeed.
I upset your plans. You've come to Nottingham once too often. When this is over, my friend, there'll be no need for me to come again.
You did it! You did it! You did it! You did it! You murdered my misery!
Eddie! She really has strong feelings about certain things, and she can go off the deep end at a moment's notice. She's incredibly passionate, and so you're not going to get me to say anything bad about Annie.
What's the matter? I'll tell you what's the matter. I go out of my way for you. I do everything to try and make you happy. I feed you, I clean you, I dress you, and what thanks do I get? Oh, you bought the wrong paper, Annie. I can't write on this paper, Annie. Well, I'll get your stupid paper, but you just better start showing me a little more appreciation around here, Mr. Man.
She loses her grip every now and then, and she realizes that it's impossible for him to love her, that her fantasy is not going to become a reality.
Annie, whatever you're thinking about doing, please don't do it. Annie, for God's...
Shh, darling. Trust me.
God's sake.
It's for the best.
Annie, please!
Go ahead. Make my day. Dirty Harry was kind of like the first sun-drenched, West Coast kind of interesting exterior cop. And his delivery was so dry, so straightforward, that it chilled you to the marrow because he would just soon blow you away and have a donut at the same time. Or maybe shoot you with the donut and eat his gun. It didn't matter. He was that calm.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. But Ian, this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Man, from Bambi. Butch and Sundance from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Captain Bligh from Mutiny on the Bounty. Virgil Tibbs from In the Heat of the Night. The Shark from Jaws. Robin Hood from The Adventures of Robin Hood. Annie Wilkes from Misery. Harry Callahan from Dirty Harry. Next, another hero from a galaxy far, far away and a villain from a galaxy where no one can hear you scream. AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains, brought to you by AOL for Broadband. Welcome to the Worldwide Wow.
Q. We have a competitor in the world of high-tech gadgetry.
I'll investigate. The fox is in the henhouse. Superior communication devices. Sophisticated surveillance equipment. Advanced combat simulators. Activating camouflage.
See the latest technology at Best Buy today and pick up Die Another Day on DVD.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. I can get an early start in the morning and go out and do something just for me.
Tylenol PM stops your nighttime pain and helps you sleep so you can wake up refreshed.
It's a really good feeling.
Our horse is too small, our jockey is too big, our trainer is too old, and I'm too dumb to know the difference.
On July 25th.
Kind of small, isn't he? Gonna look a lot smaller in a second, Georgie.
It's not on his feet. It's right here.
Seabiscuit at theaters Friday, July 25th.
Take a test drive and see why the critics love their job. The new Grand Prix. Visit your Pontiac dealer.
Ever on DVD.
The four horsemen of the apocalypse.
From poverty to power.
We're not asking you, we're telling you.
To betrayal. Robert De Niro, James Woods, Once Upon a Time in America. Only June 10th on DVD.
Yes, it's lonely.
Who could get Nancy Reagan to talk candidly about her husband's Alzheimer's, her children, even astrology? Mike Wallace could. 60 Minutes 2, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central.
CBS brings you the most watched show on TV. And this fall, we're bringing you the most anticipated new dramas. The Sopranos' Joe Pantoliano stars in The Handler. Newcomer Amber Tamblyn stars in Joan of Arcadia. Randy Quaid in Brotherhood of Poland, New Hampshire. Mark Harmon stars in Naples, CIS. From the producer of CSI, the next great crime show, Cold Case. For TV's best dramas, it's all here on CBS.
Gosh almighty, that is good.
We think when we first meet Shane that he may be a coward, or he may not be willing or able to stand up against evil.
You speaking to me? I don't see nobody else standing there.
You then find out that he is one of goodness's greatest defenders.
A gun is a tool, Marion. No better and no worse than any other tool. An axe, a shovel, or anything. A gun is as good or as bad as the man using it.
You want your dad to be that guy. You want your dad to be the guy that put his guns away. He's a good guy, but if you get beat up at school and you need somebody to show up, that's shame for me.
I've heard that you're a low-down Yankee liar. Prove it.
See, Mr. Gitz, most people never have to face the fact. At the right time, in the right place, they're capable of everything.
You can know across his case what makes him particularly villainous. It's that need to control everything.
How much are you worth?
I have no idea. How much do you want?
No, I just want to know what you're worth. Over 10 million?
Oh, my, yes.
Why are you doing it? How much better can you eat? What can you buy that you can't already afford?
The future, Mr. Gitz. The future.
If you own everything, including the future, somehow it's an insurance that you'll live forever.
Evelyn, please. Come to my...
Get away from me!
Evelyn! How many years have I got? She's mine, too.
She's never going to know that.
Lady, I want you off the premises now. You phone your husband, you come over here and tell him to fetch you. I want you out of here right quick.
When Norma Ray starts to stand up, she realizes she has much more strength and dignity than she ever thought she had.
Norma Ray.
Forget it! I'm staying put! Right where I am!
When she's faced with a calamitous situation, she's faced with danger, suddenly that's when the hero gene clicks in.
I'll wait for the sheriff to come and take me home! And I ain't gonna budge till he gets here!
Somebody who changes your life like that changes your head and your heart. You never get over it.
What makes all the villains like Amadgar villainous is that they don't see a group of people as human. And so in some ways it makes it easy to commit heinous atrocities.
They're all versions of that defining person who was Hitler and Goebbels and Hermann Göring and so on, you know, and Himmler and those dreadful, awful people.
Bajewski told me the other day somebody escaped from a work detail outside the wire. Gert lined up everybody from the missing command's barracks. He shot the man to the left of Bajewski, the man to the right of him. He walked down the line shooting every other man with a pistol. $25.
Look, your worshipfulness, let's get one thing straight. I take orders from just one person, me.
So one day he's still alive. Will somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way?
No reward is worth this.
Han Solo is a reckless mercenary, very cocky and sure of himself. And always getting in trouble.
He's kind of the anti-hero. When you put two characters like Han Solo and Luke Skywalker together, the scenes write themselves, really.
Traveling through hyperspace ain't like dust and crops, boy. Without precise calculations, we'd fly right through a star or bounce too close to a supernova and then it end your trip real quick, wouldn't it? What's that flashing? Losing a deflector shield. Don't trap yourselves in. I'm gonna make a jump to light speed.
Han Solo is one of those charismatic characters that takes us through and we know we're safe with him.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
The alien is one of these organisms that attaches itself to whatever life form is out there. I see it as a very destructive, instinctive creature.
The alien was seen very little. It was flashes, glimpses, which makes it really much more powerful.
Am I Claire Lambert? I want to get the hell out of here.
Oh, God, it's moving right towards you. Move, get out of there. Don't you move. Down. Move down. Move down. Get out.
Shane from Shane. Noah Cross from Chinatown. Norma Ray Webster from Norma Ray. Amon Gert from Schindler's List. Han Solo from Star Wars. The Alien from Alien. When we return, an unblinking villain and a hero with an eye for politics.
I'll get this. Getting a really low rate on this card.
I hope it's a low fixed rate, like my Capital One no hassle card.
Low and fixed? So what's going to happen to my rate?
Get the Capital One no hassle card for the nation's lowest fixed rates and no balance transfer fees.
What's in your wallet?
You never know when your computer might catch something. So if you want your computer to play with other computers without getting sick, get the new AOL for broadband with virus protection. It scans every email attachment before it gets to your computer, cleaning them, repairing them, and keeping it as comfortable as being at home. The new AOL. Welcome to the worldwide wow. To sign up for AOL for broadband, call 1-888-AOL-4U.
Proudly presenting new Fancy Feast Marinated. Tender morsels of real beef, chicken, or salmon lavishly marinated, then slow cooked to perfection to captivate the palate of the true connoisseur. New Fancy Feast Marinated. Good taste is easy to recognize.
La pendule fait tic-tac.
Where's Matt?
You forgot, didn't you?
No.
Just call him.
No, he'll think I'm an idiot.
Hello?
Hello to you, too.
Slideshow?
Absolutely right.
You have the cable in your hands, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, put that down.
Right.
Take out the memory stick, pop it right into the front of the TV.
Isn't that just fantastic? You know, thank you so much for calling.
Paris? Paris.
Whoa! You're really up on all this technology, huh?
It's kid stuff.
Now on DVD, from the director of Training Day, comes Bruce Willis's best action film since Die Hard. Tears of the Sun, loaded with special features. Bruce Willis. Hold the line! Tears of the Sun, buy it June 10th on special edition DVD.
Before their wedding, 100 couples used new Colgate Simply White Night for 2 weeks.
The thing about getting married is you're constantly smiling.
Now, apply just once at night. It absorbs fast. No need to let it dry.
I woke up one morning and boom, they were whiter.
A brighter white. Definitely.
At my shower, I'm going to put Simply White Night in a care package for my bridesmaids. I was shocked it works so well.
Now there's new Colgate Simply White Night. Dramatically whiter teeth made even simpler. Guaranteed.
AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains will continue here on CBS.
CBS Thursday. Most amazing race teams use their brains for a challenge, but the engaged couple rely on other assets.
I want to see who these two idiots are.
An all-new amazing race. Then it's a 5-star murder mystery at a top Vegas restaurant.
Somebody was cooking something here, and it wasn't food.
Catch CSI. Then a pregnant woman disappears from a hospital.
That could be a gun.
Now it's a race to save 2 lives.
If she doesn't deliver in the next 24 hours, it could be fatal.
Without a trace after an all-new amazing race and CSI, CBS Thursday.
News doesn't wait until 5. So why did every station wait until 5 for news? That's why Tampa Bay's 10 thought it was time for a change. Time to give you a choice. First with news headlines at 4, updates throughout Dr. Phil at 5, and Tampa Bay's 10 News at 6. Now you have a choice. You can watch the news and watch Dr. Phil without missing a thing. It's the afternoon lineup that gives you a choice. Weekdays on Tampa Bay's 10.
These guys are worth every million!
I love you so much I have to express.
Doug, you're our customer. What do you think?
Why don't you spend the money on making my phone work better?
Do we think alike or what? At Alltel, this year we're investing over $700 million in our wireless network, not in celebrities. With Alltel National Freedom Plans, you can call across the nation with no roaming or long-distance charges. Sign up now and get unlimited night and weekend minutes and free activation. Investing in call quality?
Got that right.
Alltel.
Presenting the Lincoln Mercury family of SUVs. They're powerful, innovative, and during the Lincoln Mercury SUV drive-away, interest-free for 5 years, which leaves you plenty of time and money to pursue other interests. Come in now for 0% APR financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back on Navigator, Aviator, and Mountaineer. The SUV drive-away only at your Lincoln Mercury dealer, the domain of civilized SUVs. See your local Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
Nobody. Broadway's Tony Awards, this Sunday at 8, 7 Central. Root for the best on CBS.
Good evening, Dave.
How you doing, Hal?
Everything's running smoothly. And you?
Oh, not too bad.
Have you been doing some more work?
Hal is brilliant because he's just a voice. The voice is totally non-judgmental. It's always there. It's like your best friend. And depending on your relationship to it, it can be either fabulous or terrifying.
The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made. No 9000 computer has ever made a mistake or distorted information.
He's man-made, so he's a little like Frankenstein, isn't he?
Well, as far as I know, no 9000 computers have been disconnected.
Well, no 9000 computers ever fouled up before.
That's not what I mean. Well, I'm not so sure. What do you think about it?
Hal is pure evil. What's very interesting to me always, of course, is how badly he wanted to kill those people.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
It doesn't know the emotions that Dave knows and that we know. That's why it's incredibly terrifying.
Hal, I won't argue with you anymore. Open the doors.
Dave, this conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
That's it. You can finish that page.
Oskar Schindler is that gray area in between the villainy and heroism. On one hand, he used these people as slave laborers for his own profit. To do that, he has to socialize with the real evil, you know.
You want these people? These people. My people. I want my people.
Who are you, Moses?
On the other hand, he saved a lot of lives.
They're essential. Essential, girls.
Their fingers polish the insides of shell metal casings. How else am I to polish the inside of a 45mm shell casing? You tell me. You tell me.
Back on the train!
He wasn't a man that went out and did enormous things. He did the small things that he was capable of. And if there had been a nation of people that had done one small thing, some of the atrocities of World War II wouldn't have happened.
I threw away so much money. You have no idea. If I just...
There will be generations because of what you did.
I didn't do enough.
You did so much.
My job in that film was to make an immoral person palatable. Isn't it true that the greatest heavies always have a smile on their face? They're rather happy as they're beating and shooting and causing mayhem.
Go on! Do me in, you bastard cowards! We don't want to live anyway. Not in a stinking world like this.
Oh? And what's so stinking about it? Even though it may be evil that he was doing, at least he enjoyed it.
Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. I'm with the rain. I've a smile on my face. I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, and I'm singing, just singing. In the rain, doo-be-doo-doo.
Just where do you think you're going?
Oh, we're strangers here, mister. We heard about there was work in a place called Tavares.
Yeah, well, you're heading the wrong way. What's more, we don't want no more Okies in this town. There ain't enough work here for them that's already here.
But what I love about Tom Joad is how someone like that could be beat down and how they can also become heroic and righteous at the same time.
Listen, you fellas, you don't know what you're doing. You're helping the starved kid. Ah, shut up, you dirt. Hey!
You killed him. Yeah, serves him right, too.
Look out!
Henry Fonda took on the system and endured horrendous circumstances and did it with tremendous dignity and modesty. And that is the best of the American character.
Wherever there's a fight so hungry people can eat, I'll be there. Wherever there's a cop beating up a guy, I'll be there. I'll be in the way guys yell when they're mad. I'll be in the way kids laugh when they're hungry and they know supper's ready. And when the people are eating the stuff they raise and living in the houses they build, I'll be there too.
The struggle with Michael Corleone is that he wants to be a legitimate person, and circumstances and love of his family draws him down into the dark side.
Michael Corleone is a terrible man. He has all of his enemies wiped out while he's at church for a baptism.
Do you renounce Satan?
I do renounce him.
And all his works?
I do renounce them.
I can promise you one thing. I'll do nothing to disgrace the office of United States Senator.
When I was a little boy, my first job was sweeping floors for the presidential campaign of Barry Goldwater. And I went to a banquet, and they gave me a little honor because they seated me with Jimmy Stewart. I'll never forget it.
Now, you take the boys here, or Joe Payne. They're doing all right. They don't have to worry about being reelected or anything else. They're smart. They take my advice.
You mean you tell these men and Senator Payne what to do?
Oh, yes. Joe Payne has been taking my advice for the past 20 years.
You're a liar.
I had seen the movie then, and I've seen it many times since, and have tried to emulate it as a man, as a U.S. Senator.
If you think I'm going back there and tell those boys in my state and say, look, now, fellas, forget about it. Forget all this stuff I've been telling you about this land you live in is a lot of hooey. This isn't your country. It belongs to a lot of James Taylors. Oh, no, not me. And anybody here that thinks I'm going to do that, they got another thing coming.
HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Oscar Schindler from Schindler's List. Alex DeLarge from A Clockwork Orange. Tom Joad from The Grapes of Wrath. Michael Corleone from The Godfather. Jefferson Smith from Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Next, the top 10 heroes and top 10 villains in American film history.
Take care of them now. This is the setup. Critics are calling Hollywood Homicide action-packed, hit, exciting. Not the way I planned it. Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett are this summer's lethal weapons, with plenty of attitude and style. Definitely a must-see. It's just a game. Wasn't a game last night. Harrison Ford is at his best. You know it. It's the most fun you'll have this summer. Cal's gonna hit a cop. That's a good suggestion. Hollywood Homicide. Rated PG-13. Special sneak preview this Saturday. In theaters everywhere, June 13th.
The Braun Synchro is the world's first shaver with a four-way moving head, so it catches more hair in fewer strokes for a closer shave. Only it moves so fast, you can't see it, but you can hear